All right, welcome back. You just saw us get the engine out of this. Today we're going to be doing the front and rear suspension bushings and getting all new ones in.
You've also got bushings in front and back end.
Yep. All upper and lower control arm bushings are pretty much shot out of it. So we're going to do like full suspension bushing and everything.
Yeah.
It's a 79 Ferrari, so it's probably been a while since any of the bushings have been changed. So let's get to it. So we just got these new lifts from Rotary. I'm gonna give you a demo on how they work with this 1979 Ferrari 308. So first step, we're just gonna put these arms under the car's proper jack points. Slide it in here, get that in there. Then I already got the other side ready as well. To operate this lift, you just press the green button and it goes up. And then once you get it off the ground a little bit, you wanna just verify all your lift points are correct. Just like checking. Yeah, that one looks good. Check this side. All right, so all the lift points look good. So then we can just keep going up. This high, this is where I gotta take the tires off. So I'm just gonna set it down on the locks for safety. So you can just press this down and the car will go down and then it'll be on the locks. And then when you are gonna bring it down all the way, this lever, just you raise the car up a bit, pull that down, and then the locks are disengaged and you can take it down the hole all the way. We've used rotary lifts for over 2 decades in our shop, and it's a great choice, American made. Definitely recommend them for yours. Alright, so I'm doing all the bushings on the rear suspension now. Got the other side assembled, but I'll show you how I'm doing it. So there's this, I have the parking brake cable disconnected over there because we did take the engine out. So now that the engine's out, lots of stuff's kind of freed up. The space is freed up and I don't have to struggle as much. But I'm just gonna slide this off here, this linkage. It hooks on here. I'm going to take that off. Then there's this bolt here that goes through. There's also another bolt back just behind here, and that holds the base of the strut, like shock and spring assembly. It holds it to the knuckle, well, the hub. So I'm going to disconnect that from the hub, disconnect the upper arm, and then there's the lower control arm bolt too. That gets disconnected, and I'm gonna also disconnect the brake line just back there, and then pop the flex hose off the bracket. And once this is off, because the engine's out, I have the half shaft there, I have the drive shaft. It's loose, so I'll be able to pull this all the way out, pull this all the way out, and then I'll have my arms there. I'll take them all off, and then I'll get the arms out, press the bushings out, put on the new ones. And I'm also going to be taking off the end link, pressing those bushings out, changing those bushings, changing the sway bar bushing there. All right, so I got park brake disconnected, flex hose disconnected now. Just disconnected the sway bar bracket and the sway bar. The other side's already disconnected by the end link, so I'm just gonna get my pry bar in there and kind of get this off. Just kind of stuck on there. So yeah, you can see. So we're gonna take this off. So that fell here. Let's slide this off. Now I can just take the whole sway bar, end link, sway bar. I took the other bushing off, but here's the other end link. So I'm gonna go over all this. Got these two bolts out, and that got this bolt out. I have my punch in there right now, kind of keeping it on. Not really though, but I'm gonna take that out. Half shaft, I'm gonna guide it through, and I'm kind of gonna work it out and take this whole unit out as a piece. So let's. Spacers and bushings and stuff. But you want to make sure you don't lose those, because I'm going to be stepping away from this for a moment. So I'm going to just put it all together like this. This space there. And then just for my peace of mind, I'm going to grab some bags, label them. Label this is the lower control arm to hub bolt, the upper control arm to hub bolt, which I have there, and the lower strap bolt. You know, label it, put them in their respective bags, so things like that doesn't happen. And, yeah. All right, now that I got the hub out and everything, now I just got the control arms. So the bushings I'm changing are these bushings back here. So to get this upper one out, it's pretty easy. Just undo the bolt there, undo this bolt, and you can pull it out. To get these ones out here, rather than undoing these bolts, they are bolted onto this mount, which has a single nut holding the stud through the frame on the other side. So I can get under the car and I'll show you. So there's one nut here, this one, and then there's one, this one right here. So it's right there, this nut, and this one. They are 22 mil. So I'm just gonna crack them loose. They're usually pretty tight, but you can see that this nut holds this stud that's part of. So this is the lower control arm. It's bolted on here, and then there's spacers here to space it out, and it essentially just holds this on there. You can undo that and it just slides right out. Usually you got to use like a little hammer to tap it out, or sometimes one of the sides, the front ones were pretty tight and I had to kind of slowly work it out with an air hammer very lightly. But yeah. All right, so upper arm's out. This side off, can go in and out. This side though, I got the nut off, but the stud is kind of seized in there. So I might try a hammer too. I was trying an air hammer to just lightly push it out, but that didn't work, which is too bad because it's worked so far. So I gotta get that out. So whether I heat it up, maybe I'll try just a hammer and a punch, see if there's that blunt force. Maybe cracks it free, heat it up. I'm gonna spray some more Pantone on it if that also helps. Yeah, but this is pretty much how you get it out. That's just the rear back there. Yeah. All right, so got the lower control arm out here. Problem I was having with that seized bolt, but in doing so, spot welds broke. I'll show you a good one. So it's spot welded in here. They broke off and the bolt just went through. So I've wire wheeled the bolt, cleaned off all the excess spot weld material. We're gonna run the threads through a tap in a second, then we're gonna sandblast and weld it back on. Just slides in right like that. We're gonna get it back in place and repair that, and then keep going with the bushings and everything. The rest of the rear suspension.
Oh, and there's one more thing we want to show you guys. On our next episode of What's on the Hoist, we got a 66 Power Wagon. You may remember this Power Wagon. It's getting real close to being finished right now, but we just got a new Power Wagon in. Let's take a look. So this is the 1966 Dodge Power Wagon that we just got in. It is a work in progress right now. So as you can see, it's in a lot of pieces, but it's going to be a super fun project to stay caught up with and watch it get finished. If you want to see more of these Power Wagons, tune in to our next episode of What's on the Hoist.